Our next presenter would be Georg Küegerl. He is the Deputy General Manager of TDK R&D, also known as Technology and Intellectual Property Headquarters.
Thank you for inviting me to give a short presentation about R&D at TDK. I belong to Technology Headquarters, which is in Japan also. I am actually based in Austria. I'm an Austrian. I'm happy to tell you a few things about how we do R&D, what we are doing, where we are doing it, why we are doing it, so that you get an impression what drives us in terms of technology and where we can deepen collaboration. I'm happy to work with some of you already deep since ever you have been integrated in this portfolio venture landscape. Why we are doing it? Nicholas mentioned TDK has a set of really strong corporate values. One is we want to contribute to industry, and we do this by fundamental research. So everything we do starts with material, and this is where we want to contribute really new things from the very basis. This brings us to our core technologies. The heart of whatever we are doing is material. TDK is a material company. We have dielectric materials, magnetic materials, semiconductive materials. Most of them are anorganic, so you find a lot of metal oxide in our portfolio, but we also have organic materials. This is the core of everything we are doing. We have the process technology regarding that for the materials itself, but also for the components. We can, of course, do the evaluation and simulation of all that regarding the application, regarding the products, but also regarding the processes. This is combined by a very strong production engineering headquarters. We do the machinery mostly by ourselves. We even sell machinery to the outside, which is not so much known maybe from TDK, but this exists. Like you can buy LED assemblers from TDK, the world's fastest also. And we have, of course, together with a long history of working together with our customer, a strong basis of developing the products right to the application and the know-how regarding this. Having said these 5 core competencies, they allow us to produce a range of products. I'm not going through it, and you may know it, just bottom left and bottom right. Bottom right, we just heard from Joe. This is this famous battery business, which is one of the biggest issues of TDK. Bottom left is the ceramic capacitors. It's on the other side of it all. We just spoke about this morning. These very tiny chip capacitors, billions, hundreds and thousands of billions of pieces per year. So this is the range also we span in terms of size of components we can produce. This is a little bit the strategy of how we grow. On the bottom, you see this organic growth path in terms of the example of magnetics. As you know, TDK is a magnet company. This was actually back in 1935, last century, where the company started, when this very first ferrite material was brought to industrialization, which allowed us a set of new applications. And this magnetic path was with TDK all over the time. It brought us to this very famous cassette tape, you may remember. It brought us to the first multi-layered inductors, which allowed the miniaturization of electronics. It's a central part even until today. And finally, one example is magnet technology is the read-write heads for the hard disk drive. And there are others next to magnetics, also dielectrics, RF materials, and so on. But I want to bring your attention to the top path of how TDK grows. This is diversification. TDK was always interested in working together with partners. It can be startups, like we heard just from Joe. So our biggest revenue maker today was a startup, only 20 years ago. Yeah, this is how it can work, and you see it somewhere here anyway, Amperex in 2005. And you see a series of acquisitions of smaller and larger enterprises over the time. So this is to show you another growth path of this, our company. Where we are doing it, TDK has more than 200 factories all over the world, like I'm from Austria. And most of these factories, they have their own at least product development. Now, they're not all doing research, but they have all product development. And on top of that, we have 6 global R&D centers with, of course, the headquarters in Japan, in Yawata. But we have R&D center here in the US, actually very close to here. We have one in Europe, where I belong to. We have one in Israel, one in Taiwan, and one in China. So we have a truly global setup of R&D. So I guess this also allows to be close to any of you around the world to support you locally. What we are doing, this is this famous 7 Cs. I'm not going through it. You find all the world-leading aspects from 5G up to renewable energy. But of course, we are also thinking beyond. We are thinking about agriculture. We think about computing. So we are open to every kind of technology. TDK is wherever electrons flow. Yeah, this is what we are interested in. Last thing, how we do it. I would say the core of our research and development is working together with partners. Can be small partners like you, can be big partners like the very famous big companies of the world. Ideally, in the form of co-creation to create something new, which can help you as a company, as a partner, which can help us and which can help society. But in addition to that, we have TDK Ventures, which is, of course, the host of today. No, not much to say about it. Nicolas has introduced it. I want to bring your attention to the right side. So when TDK Ventures is, let me say it, disrupting outside in, so we are looking outside the world, like to startups. Can we bring in something new to TDK? We have on the right side, just recently installed an internal venture incubator where we want to disrupt the world from inside out. So we invite all our members to show up with their ideas and to found internal startups. Yeah, this was it, a short introduction to what we do in R&D and how we are doing it, and very much looking forward to discussing with you. Thank you.